thing there. I left my markers. Where's the... I saw a marker when I came in. Didn't I? Up there. Okay. How's everyone? Feeling good? You're fine? Okay. So, I don't know what that's. Let me just. I don't have the projector, then I can just go here and get that. Actually, it's probably better there than it doesn't get the reflection from the window. Is that better? It's a bit better. Even closer. All right. Okay. So this week was the first week using Khan Academy to help us strengthen our understanding of the concepts that we're covering. Timothy went where? And was Linda here? She stepped out. Okay. So let me hear a bit. How did it go? How do you find it? Should I repeat the question? Should I repeat the question? How did you find it? How are you finding it? Khan Academy. Hard. Okay. We'll come back to why it's hard, but let's hear from others. Okay. Get used to it, and? I didn't catch the last thing you said. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mike, Justin, Timothy, how are you finding Khan Academy in terms of helping you understand and learn mathematics? Uh-huh. Okay. On your phone, you're using? So you like that when you're doing the exercises, you get a feedback that if I got it right, if I didn't get it right, then it explains how would I do it, and I can go back and see, oh, this part actually I don't know, so now I can. I'm asking, how are we finding Khan Academy? So one said it's hard, another said it was hard at first, it's getting better. And then Justin was just sharing that it has been helpful to be able to get feedback when you're trying to do the exercises. Mike, Timothy, Linda. Some of you used it more than others, I know. But you all tried. You all have spent a few minutes. Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling nervous? So just share. You found it confusing? Hmm? Confusing, hard? What was that? Okay. So we'll come back to, then we can see how to make it less, how to clear up the confusion and ease us more into it. How did you guys find it? How do you find it? Hard?
First week, you told us how to make it, so it wasn't that.
Okay. So for those who's found it hard, or if you found it hard in the beginning, what about it is hard? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That basically that the video before, like you have to guide me like this question is so that at least if you try the example first,
Mm-hmm.
then you solve it, then you feel that it's other session.
Uh-huh. So let me ask, did you, no, maybe I'll show. The others who found it hard, is it the same kind of hard or other, something else was hard?
So I was just wondering, do you familiar with those questions?
Do what?
Do you familiar with those questions?
No, they're generated, they're part of the website.
So, can you please study this English out of myself?
That are what?
Can you please study English out of myself? Right? That's research say children, dispensation, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's all quoted on dispensation for our sorry.
Pretty
But
much.
if you studying at excess evolution, one should be.
I checked today quickly, and pretty much everything is on the course outline. There might be a few small things that are not, but pretty much everything is on the course outline. We can look at it if you want. Oh, I might need this. What part of it was hard for you?
I think using the assignment is hard. They will submit.
Doing it on the website was hard. Ishmael? Good, how are you? Oh yeah, you wrote me to say you were stuck in traffic. Quick side question. How many of you were doing it on your phone or on the computer? Were you using a computer, something with a large screen or a phone? Everybody phone? Yeah. And did you download the app to do it? Or were you using like Chrome browser? Oh, okay. So one thing that will make it easier on a phone is to download the app, which I mentioned in the group if you were reading. Download the app, it's much easier. The things are sized properly. But if you're using the website on a phone, it's not as, the sizes of things is not as easy, and you probably have to move around that's one small thing. Second question was, so I've assigned, okay, I need to explain a little bit more, I think, about this website then, or the way it works. Let me find it. So this one? No. Okay. This is the one I want. So, maybe you want to come closer if you want to see properly. So when you sign in, let me actually, of course this is the website. If you're on a phone, it'll look a bit different. So when you sign in, you would see something like this. Does this look familiar?
Yes.
Okay. So this website, it consists of a set of courses inside. So it has courses. Inside of courses are units. So there's a unit 1, unit 2, and so forth. Each unit has little modules. So here are the units. So this is called unit mastery. And the idea is you're trying to build up, as you go through, you're trying to master a concept, master some understanding. Yeah, become very good at it and very comfortable with it. I can use it, and then I'm ready to go on to the next thing. And what you're seeing here are the units that I have assigned as part of the class. So I did take, these units are from a course called AP at College Calculus BC, and it has several units, but I didn't choose all the units. So I've already selected out the ones that I'm like, that's too much, we're not going to do that as part of the course. So that's part of the answer to your question. So if I look down this list, we don't see limits and continuity anymore. Why? Because it's now a past. The due date is past, so now it's in my past things. I can still go and open it if I say, I want to go back and check something. So I could go and open it. Sorry, you're seeing more things because I was testing it and trying different things. So some of the ones here are not for you. They're for me. So we'll look at active. So we have differentiation, the definition, and basic derivative rules. Then there's differentiation, composite, implicit, and inverse functions. And then contextual applications of differentiation, and so forth. And you see the due date for each one. And how much percentage have I completed? So this is me as a learner. So like you, I have not completed anything. So I open this unit. So you would come and you'd say, okay, let me start. So this unit is unit 2 of the course. This is the course, AP, registered, College Calculus BC. It has unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But if you look through on the previous page, the units that I've assigned, there are not 12 units. There are fewer. So I've skipped some of these. So this unit has all these boxes are, I have to remember actually, how does it work? There's the quiz one. Yeah. Each, I'm not actually sure where it's, I have to remember. So this is an exercise on the secant lines and average rate of change. So I could click on that, and it goes straight to the exercise. You see this little pencil icon that says this is an exercise, and I can start to practice. But I haven't learned it yet. So this would not be the first thing I do. Unless, I've already learned this before, I think I can just check that I know, and then I can continue. But if I don't know, then I would start from the beginning here. And there's a video, and I would watch this. There's also a transcript. So if you want to see what is he saying, you can follow what he's saying in the transcript. And then you go to the next thing. When you finish watching, it'll say up next. So there's usually, this is the next thing to do. We watch a video, then another video, and then what comes after that? Another one, then there's this exercise. Now here, this is another icon. This is a review article. So now there's just a text that explains and reviews. This is what has been covered so far in the videos. These are the things that I should have learned. So I can read. And at the end of it, I think there's usually, So I read this and now I can check my understanding of what was there. So, okay, I read the question and I try to answer and I can check, is it the right answer or not? And then if I get it right, then I can go on to the next thing. So if I go up next, there'll be the next. And so I'm going through these one after the other until I get to the end, and then I'm ready to go. When I reach the end, it will take me to the next section of this unit, the next set of topics, right? And I can go, this was unit 2, I can switch between units up here. If I want to go back to the course overall. This is an overview of the whole course. Unit 1 was limits and continuity. Unit 2 is differentiation. That's the one you're doing now. Unit 3, and then you can jump to those units. You can see what each unit includes. So the idea is you start from the beginning. You watch the videos, you do the exercises. You're not meant to start with the assignment. The assignment is what comes after you have learned everything. So if you found the assignment hard, of course you found it hard if you just went to the assignment and you're trying to answer stuff you haven't learned yet. I'm surprised. I'm impressed that you got that much right.
Yeah.
If this is how you went straight to the assignment and you got some right. That's good. But if you want to really understand, then you should go through the steps. Huh?
The assignment is what we show you first.
Now we are answering assignment that is due today, but we didn't end it.
So the idea was that you should watch all of this, do the exercises, then you do the assignment that is due today.
Okay, so it's like sometimes when we are trying to watch the videos, like we may face something that we are not understanding, and it's tough for us to understand and reach you out because you are not always available.
I think it's I can't be available every moment of every day, but I can, if you write me and say, I got stuck on this, within a day, I will reply.
You are grading us.
So 2 things. One is, if you watch a video, it doesn't make sense, try watching it again. Is it hard because it's talking about slopes, and like, wait, what was slopes again? So then there's a search box up here, yeah? And you can search for, see if I can type backwards. Slope, and I can, okay, it's a math thing. I want an article or an exercise or a video or a lesson or a unit or what. And then I go through and I find, okay, I think this is one of these is what I want to look at. And I can review that concept, and then I go back to what I'm learning. So that's one way that without waiting for me, or you can ask your friends also. So there's a section of assignments, which is things that I have assigned for you to do. So yes, like today, I had said by 12:30, you should finish this. I have recreated that assignment. You don't see it on mine because I didn't assign it to me. But if you check, you will find the same end of unit test. I have assigned it again for Friday. So the idea is you can redo these exercises until you have, the idea is if you don't get it right, study it again, try it again. And the questions I think will be a little bit different. I haven't actually checked. If you redo a test, it's not showing you the same questions, it's showing you the same kind of question, but a different question. So you don't just memorize the answer from before and give the answer, right? But you practice until, okay, now I'm getting it. So if you try an exercise and you're struggling, don't just go on. Go back and say, okay, I need to understand this, because the next thing is going to use that. If I didn't understand and I keep going, then I'm going to really struggle, right? Yes.
So if we watch those videos, it's gonna show you that this person has watched it.
It does. So I'll show you what I can see. And So I want to say that the purpose, the way they've set it up is that as a teacher, my goal is for you to learn. I'm not interested in, making you jump through hoops, right? But I want to see, do you actually understand and learn? And this is by far the best online system I have ever found in the world. I kid you not. It requires time. Learning requires time. And if you have the impression that I come to class and a teacher talks to me and I write down what they say, and now I'm ready to write an exam, then I'm sorry, you have been misled in your life. That is not learning.
There's a lot of things planning. We have assignments.
Well, that's life. That's life.
That's bad, no.
You have 172 hours in a week. You have every day you can be here on campus. You have 10 hours of class a week. The other 30 hours, you are free. So then you have from 8 to 4. That's plenty of time. That's only 10 hours out of the week.
Some assignments, and we need to study some other courses.
Then you have evenings, you have weekends. You're here to study, right? There is nothing else more important. Is it? Huh? Do you want to learn or you don't want to learn? Now it's on you. I can't learn for you. I can tell you, if you want to learn calculus, this is what you need to do. I will teach you things in class, but for you to understand and learn it, you have to go through. If you feel like, okay, this part I really understood, I don't need to watch all the videos. Fine, go to the next. Until you're like, wait, this one, now let me watch again. Let me rewind. Okay, let me try my own.
No, but
Right?
This one should be our second option. You have to teach us this out, this. And we go through it. That when you see it on the video, it will be easy for us to understand it.
Exactly.
So I want to try a combination of the two. So I'm going to show you some things today, but in order to cover the material that is a calculus course, by the end of the term, which is we have this week and 3 more weeks, you need to spend time learning from here as well. Because in 2 hours a week, I can't, plus lecturing in class is not the same as you learning. I'm presenting it to you. For you to learn it, you have to now go and work with it. You have to do problems. You have to practice. You have to do exercises. You have to try an exercise, get it wrong, try it again. Go back and see, okay, why did I get it wrong? I got this one right, this one I got, why did I get it? Oh, there's this trick, not trick, but in this case, I have to do it like this. Now I see, okay. That is learning. Just listening to me in class is not learning by itself.
So you're going to add these marks from the previous test.
Yeah. You can also retake, until it's due, you can retake it. Until when the assignment is, until the due time of the assignment, you can retake it. If you did it once and you're not happy, you can try it again.
So,
and then, yeah, I think it keeps your highest grade. But in order to do well, you still have to learn the material. Yeah? So, when you log in, what you find, where am I? Oh, I was going to show you what I see. So I go to this course. So I can look, for example, by unit and then by skill to see how many of you have achieved what level of proficiency. So this one, it looks like, okay, the power rule, some people have understood pretty well. 4 people have not started yet, okay. This one, that looks better, differentiating polynomials. I don't need this, go away. So this is at the level of, so as a class, I can see which parts people understood well and which parts this is still difficult. I can also see by individual. So when I say, right, for each of you, how much time have you spent? How many skills have you? This is sorted by, see, MGAD is down at the bottom now. Okay, so everyone has spent at least an hour. And then I can open and I can see in more detail which ones did you da da da. I'm not going. I mean, I don't have time to go through every single one like this. But if I'm wondering why someone, what? What are you asking? Oops. What are you asking? Zero? What here?
Charles, zero where?
I. What did I just do?
Justin, I did zero.
Not even attempted. James.
Oh, so here, this is how many minutes you've spent, how many skills you have worked on, how many skills you have leveled up during the period. This is over the last 7 days. And how many skills have achieved proficiency? So the purple color. Instead of the orange and red, they're now purple. How many of those? So it's so simple. And you can find the same kind of thing for yourself in your own profile. I think if I go here, my learner home, somewhere is my, here, my account progress. Oops. So here I can see, this is what you can see. If you go to yourself and you go to progress on your account in the last 7 days, and I can say, okay, course mastery goals, all activity, you can filter. Then you can see at this time I did this, I did that. Da, da, da. There's a, where's the skill thing? Anyway, so there's some more things you can discover. I don't want to take up the whole time now, but there's, our class is going to be called Shalom. Huh? Okay. So we have about an hour. So, yes, I am expecting a lot from you because I know you're capable. Huh? Okay.
So this is will come in the end of the but we are answering the assignments and you what do you say?
You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
We are failing
Yeah.
all the assignments.
So I'm not going to count today's assignment. I'm reassigning the one that was due today. I have reassigned it for Friday. So you have until Friday to actually learn, and I'm going to teach you now the material,
yeah.
and then you can do it for Friday.
We already did it. Are we supposed to do it again?
You said it's
Because I already did it.
me too.
And you're happy with the grade?
And me too.
Okay. If you're happy with the grade, that's fine. Okay. Should we get on with the class? Should we get on with the class now?
That's when I
Any other questions about Love and Mike and those who found the system hard? Does it make more sense now what to do? Also, I strongly recommend download the app. There's a Khan Academy app, official app, and then you sign in with your user info.
Where is it?
If you go to the Play Store, you'll find it. It will be much easier through that app than on the website. Okay. Do you want to stand or do you want to sit?
We stand.
You stand. Okay. So, calculus, differential calculus. In a sense, calculus, and I've said this before, calculus is actually a simple concept. Okay? It's a simple idea. And the idea is, how do we answer the question of how fast is something changing right now? In other words, what is the instantaneous, right here, instantaneous rate of change? Okay? How fast is something changing in this moment? So let's think of a simple example, right? If I walk across the room, you can time me. Anybody have a stopwatch? Phone, sure. So get out your phones, you're gonna measure. Does somebody want to volunteer to walk? Just to walk across. You're gonna walk? Okay. So we're interested in the question of how fast. You're gonna do the walking? Okay. So from the door to the wall, how fast is Linda traveling? Yeah? So before you go, let's just think about what do we need to know if we want to calculate, we want to measure how fast she is walking. What do we need? How do we measure? To measure her speed. So we want to know the speed, right? Speed, which we often write v for velocity. How do we measure? Distance over time. Okay. So we need to measure the distance. Do we know this distance from the wall to the door? Or can we measure? Okay, this is about 1 meter. So from here to there, so there's 2 meters, and then there's 3 meters, there's 4 meters, there's 5, 6, call it 7 meters, okay? So 7 meters. Do we know the time? So this is going to be 7 meters divided by, that's what we're going to measure now. We have to see how fast she does it. So, somebody count 1, 2, 3, go, or however. And stop. Okay, let's get some numbers. How many seconds? 8? Exactly 8 or 8 point? 8.43? 8? 8 point, so 8.62, 8.43, 8.6. Anyone else? Love? You didn't measure? Are you with us? Did you measure? Okay. So if we look at these numbers, what would we say? They're different, yeah? So we have to take maybe the average. So what time shall we say? How many seconds? 8.6. So we take the mode, the one that's the most common. Okay, so 8.6 seconds. You're going to do it again?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Uh-huh. How many? 7.79. Anyone else? 8.1. Ishmael, what?
7.54.
Okay. Now, so what would be the average? What would we say is the number for the time? We have 8.1, 7.5, 7.8. If we ignore the last digit, let's say 7.8, 7.5, 8.1. So the average would be 7.8. So we would have 7 meters divided by 7.8 seconds, which is, what are these? 7 divided by 8.6. 0.81. This is 0.81. Now, we're going to do the same exercise, but a little bit different. So we're going to need many people who are timing, okay? But I want us to time different things. So, and maybe I will do the walking this time. So, one person, everybody starts when I start here, okay? This will be 0. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, go, and then we go. I'm explaining, don't measure yet. When I reach this, somebody stop the watch. Who's gonna do that? Loveness. Okay. Loveness is here. Maybe 2 people, this one. Who else? Are you measuring? Okay, so the 2 of you measure when I reach here. Somebody, 2 people measure when I reach here. Who? You 2? Okay, Ishmael and Dustin. So Charles and Mike when I reach the end. Okay? Now, notice when Linda was walking across, so we've calculated that her speed over the whole distance is around 0.8 meters per second. Was she walking at a constant speed? Was she going fast and slow, or she was going the same speed? Yeah, it was a nice, steady walk, right? So if we asked when she was at that place, was she also going 0.8 meters per second? Pretty much. When she reached here, was she going 0.8? When she was here, was she going 0.8? Was your speed 0.8 everywhere? We don't know exactly, but you were walking at a steady speed, right? So notice the difference now. Wait. Are you ready? You have to be very observant. Okay?
3, 2, 1.
Okay? Now, was I going the same speed throughout? No. Let's find out. So, position 1, or A, station A, B, C, and C is the end. So we need the distance and the time. So A is maybe 2 meters. C is, let's say that's 2 meters. This is, the whole thing is 7 meters. This is what, 5 meters? Or 4.5. Okay. What is the time? What time did you get for this one? What did you get?
5.08.
Wow, very close. Okay, so we'll call it 5.1 seconds. What time did you guys get? 6.41, Ishmael? 6.08, 6.41, let's call it 6.2 seconds. And when did I reach the end? 7 seconds? How many? 9. I think 9 might be closer because I went slowly from here to the wall. From the 6 seconds it took, so we'll take the 9 seconds. 9.0. How much? 10.4. So now we want to calculate the speed. So we're going to put these numbers from the table onto a graph so that we can see a bit better. So on the horizontal axis, we're going to put time. Okay, so this will be like, this is 10 seconds, here's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, roughly. And then here will be what? The distance, d. And what was the distance? 7 meters. So here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not great, but it'll do. 1, 3, 5. Yeah? So where do we put the point? I started, we should even have the first place, is I started at 0, 0, yeah? So you can imagine this line is almost like this is the door, this is the wall. Yeah? So I'm walking from the door to the wall. I'm walking along this line in a way. This is the distance that I have traveled from the wall, from the door to the wall. Yeah? So at 0 seconds, when I started, I'm at the door. After 5.1 seconds, I'm at 2 meters. So 5.1, 2 meters, so there, this is 2, so here. That's, at this moment in time, I was at this location, right? Now, the next thing we know is at 6.2 seconds, I was at 4.5 meters. So here is 6.2, a little bit more. I was at 4.5, which is about a little bit higher, there. Okay, so this is point A, this is point B, and then we need point C at 7, I reached 7 meters at 9 seconds. So 7 meters at 9 seconds. There's point C. Okay? Now, if we assume I was walking at, what was my speed, my average speed, from when I started until I reached 2 meters, until I reached the first post? What was my speed? When I was walking from the door to here, what was my speed? How fast was I walking? 0.39? Okay, so I could put another column here for V. So 2 divided by 5.1. If we divide it by 5, it would be 0.4. I'm going to keep it, this is meters per second. Okay, so 0.4 Let me put the units up here. Then it's easier to read. 0. There. Meters per second. What was my speed until I reached B?
0.7.
Hmm?
0.7.
How did we get that?
It's distance divided by time. That is 4.5.
6.2. And you get 0.72. 75 or 72? 725. We'll just keep 0.7 because this was not very exact measurements, right? Is that the speed that I was going between here and here? 0.7 meters per second? It's faster than this, yeah? Is this how fast I was going? We've divided 4.5 by 6 seconds, right? So we've said 4.5 meters is what distance? From where to where?
It's
From the door to here. So this speed is from the door all the way here. This was my speed on average. Of course, I wasn't going the same speed the whole time. This is my average speed. Yeah? If I did the same thing again and again and again and again, going 2 meters that slow and then 2.5, this is another 2.5 meters, yeah? To go from 2 to 4.5. Then, and I did that again, so after here, now I do again, 5.1 seconds to go 2 meters. And then I run again, and I keep repeating that. I would advance on average by 0.7 meters per second. But now we want to ask a different question. How fast was I going between B and C? So the 0.4 is this stretch here, from the origin to A. And the slope, yeah? This is what point? This is 2 meters. This is 5.1 seconds, right? So if I divide the rise, we also call this rise over run, I would get, if I divide 2 meters divided by 5 seconds, what do I get? I get the 0.4. And we know, we remember that if you divide the height divided by the horizontal distance, that's the same as the slope. So the slope of this line is my speed. Because this is distance divided by time. Distance divided by time is speed. Huh? So I could do the same here and say, well, how fast, what is the slope of this? How fast was I going here? Let's try calculating this. What is this distance? Not this distance, right? This point is at 4.5. That's the whole distance. But I don't want the whole distance. I only want from A to B. What is the distance here? From A to B. To go from this to this, 2.5. Okay, so 2.5 meters. That's my delta D. And I want to divide by delta T. So what is the difference in time from here to here? From A to B. How much time did it take to go from A to B? We subtract these two, right? To find how long it took. So 6.2 minus 5.1 is 1.1. So divided by 1.1 seconds. So that would be 2.3 divided by 11 is 3. So about 2.3 meters per second. So 2.3 meters per second means what? It means every second, if I run at that speed, or if I walk at that speed, I would, every second, I'm going 2.3 meters. Does that make sense? Does that sound reasonable? So we said from here to there is 2.5 meters. The way I did it, was it about a second? That's what we're saying, yeah? It took about a second to go from point A to point B. Timothy, you with us? You with us?
Yes.
Following?
Yes.
Okay. Now, 2.3 is a lot bigger than 0.7, right? Why? Now, this is not a question of one is right and one is wrong. This is a question of we are measuring different things. Yeah? In this case, what are we measuring? We are measuring how fast I am going just between point A and point B. And I was going pretty fast, isn't it? Yeah? I was going pretty fast. But if you say, if you close your eyes, if you had closed your eyes and you say, okay, Amgad, start. You close your eyes and I reach here, I say, open your eyes. And you say, okay, it's been 6 seconds and you have gone 4.5 meters. And you don't know this. You didn't see me go fast and slow. Then you just say, okay, what I did, let's test it. Let's test it. It would be the same as if I walked at a constant speed, a bit like Linda. So if Linda comes, yes. This is good. We don't even need to time it now, just watch. We're going to start at the same time, and we're going to reach point B at the same time. Ready?
Yeah.
You're going to go at a steady, like you did before. Nothing different, just do what you want to do. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Now, what happened? What did you observe? Thank you. Did we start at the same time? Did we reach at the same time? We didn't. I was trying very hard to reach at the same time. We got a bit squished here, but we pretty much arrived at the same time. Yeah? But were we moving at the same speed throughout? No. Okay. So it is possible to have the average speed is when you just say from here to there, from the beginning to the end, how much time did it take? That's the average speed over that distance. And Linda and I have the exact same average speed. Okay? But the instantaneous speed, the speed at an instant, yeah? When I started here, at this instant, how fast was I going? Slow. And then, at this instant, how fast was I going? Faster. And then here, how fast was I going? Slow again. So my instantaneous speed can change. It can go up and down as I'm moving. Yeah? So this is what calculus is interested in now, is how do we calculate the instantaneous speed, or the instantaneous rate of change. A rate means something per unit. In our case, per time, per second of change. In this case, it's the change in distance. The rate of change is how much change of my distance, and the rate is per time. But if your axes are different, then this will be a different rate of change.